future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
I have to have something I
You
like.
and I go hard at each other like we're going to war.
Happy New Year.
Wow, that was abrupt. Adam Levine just went off in my ear. You know, that's funny. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to What's Up with Kobylt and Hayes. We have a really, really fun show.
Take a bow.
Thank you.
This is the day.
Love the applause.
We are
I just pretend they're all in the studio with us, and then it makes
feels
me
like
go.
it, though.
It really does. Maybe just like toss it in there every once in a while so that we know. It's like having a studio audience, right?
I think I should walk around with this in my headphone, my what do you call it? Something, my phone.
All
so I
day.
could play it.
I know.
To
because
make me
it's
feel
like
good.
Ellen, right? Ellen
Yeah.
really couldn't do a show without her people there
And then she
applauding her.
dances a lot. It's something to be said for that. You know what? We have the best show today. I want to
So
go
much
right in.
fun. But okay, go ahead. But Happy New Year.
Happy
we
New
spent
Year.
the New Year together.
We did. We
which
ushered
was
in the New
really,
Year.
really nice. It was really great. And actually, I almost went to Vegas because
Really?
he was performing.
Oh,
Adam Levine.
your
Thank
buddy,
you very much.
your
Kurt.
boyfriend.
The boyfriend. But didn't. I preferred to have just a few close friends.
Yes.
It was a really, really, really nice New Year. So
We got to celebrate East Coast style, which meant 9 o'clock West Coast. So we were in bed by 10. My house.
You were.
We're pathetic. I know. I'm
wasn't,
pathetic.
okay? Like, she goes home and drives home and goes to bed. Me, I just keep going. Midnight, here, and then that's when the party's starting.
Yeah,
While you're
I missed all the good stuff.
snoozing away. But it was a great New Year, and I'm really
Well,
glad that we
good.
got to
We
do
had
it
a
together
really
with
good
our
time.
families.
It
It was
was-
really nice.
Yeah.
We have a great show.
We're kicking off the new year in style with some of the best women of UBN radio.
Just best women out there. She is
kicking
so
ass.
gorgeous. We've got Rachel Lang in studio.
Thank you.
Astrologer.
Our studio audience is growing.
I
Isn't
know.
it?
I love it.
It just
It's
keeps
packed.
getting bigger and bigger. Don't you love that?
I do.
And
do.
they're here for you today,
I-
Rachel.
I feel like I should go out in the crowd and dance. Like
I
you
know. You just want to get out there.
We gotta
Rachel
do a dance show.
is an astrologer. Everybody should know. We're going to know what's going on with the signs for the year 2016. Is it good? And you have a show at UBN.
Yes, I do. My show is Blissin' Up.
I love that name.
Cool name.
Listen up. Good name.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, an intuitive astrologer and healer. What does that mean? What is that?
So
And I know you're really into this stuff, and I am
really
into
am.
astrology because I do believe we all sort of coexist together.
Right.
So I'm with you there. But
The stars are aligned. Things happen for people. Don't you? Well, we'll get into that. But intuitive astrologer, what does that mean exactly?
Well,
Intuitive.
that means I incorporate some of my intuitive gifts. Like when I was ever since I was a child, I was able to kind of access other information and kind of know things about people. And so what I've been able to do is astrology is a little bit scientific. It's all about patterns and mathematical, equations and so it's a little bit more scientific. So I kind of combine the two interests.
Right. That's cool that you have that gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
And
right?
that's great. It's kind of like being a mathematician, but the humanity is not there. You do have to have a little of everything, right? To really be able to read this properly. I love that.
I
So
think
there
it's
you
hard.
go.
I mean, you do have to know a lot. There's a lot of detail to it that people don't realize. So in this year, just in general, before we get into each sign, would you say it's an uplifting year, or is there a lot of closure, or can you generalize like that, or is every sign different?
Sure. Well, every sign is different,
Okay.
but I think overall for this year, one of the big themes happening this year is change, movement, change.
Does that mean for everybody?
For everybody. Yeah. We're coming out of a really important cycle that's been going on since 2008.
What's
where
that cycle?
It's the Pluto-Uranus square cycle. And and it's been especially pronounced since 2012. So we've had a lot of realizations. And we've all kind of had to kind of step up into our own sense of our own personal power. And we've all had big realizations about things that don't work in our lives and politically
Out
and
with the old.
economically. Exactly.
In with the new.
And so this year is all about taking those big, huge leaps of faith and trusting.
That's kind of what we're doing here with the show. Don't you think?
Yeah.
We found our own. We found our voice. It's nice to have a voice, don't you think?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm really intuitively listening here to her. And I'm thinking, don't you think that's just life in general, though? You know, there's cycles in it, you know,
Right.
going back thousands of years even. There's cycles, you know, you have a time where, I don't know, things may not be working and then out with that. And then you decide to take a different approach. And it's almost like it has a lifespan of its own.
It's
and then
run the course,
It's
maybe.
run its course,
Yeah.
exactly. Don't you think maybe that's also it as well?
But there's a lot of, sorry to interrupt you before you answered. I'm just excited because I love this subject. But it seems like, you know, politics are shaking up. There's a lot of shake up and things are going to be changing on that sphere. There's a lot of change in the world. I mean, not so good. I mean, ISIS, and there's just a lot going on. Don't you feel the
Absolutely.
energy? I do.
It is, and I think all of us are really trying to figure out where we can make a difference.
Right.
How we can participate in change, the global changes that are happening, how we can help one another, and I think we're seeing that a lot in terms of the response of the Syrian refugees, if we want to bring in that issue, and even the element of water is really strongly represented this year too, and I think we're already seeing that with some of the
getting some
flooding
rain in
and
the
the
drought.
rain, and yes, yeah.
Just look at all three of our hairs today.
I got
okay?
drenched.
You got drenched.
Yeah.
Mine, I didn't even bother to like blow it out. It's like whatever. You
We're
know,
just so
fluff
happy
it
to
up.
have
Same
rain.
here.
Yours is adorable and curly. It's like, so there you go.
I didn't even want to fight the humidity today.
Yeah.
Mine is just, ugh,
But
whatever.
you know, it's
No,
a
it's great.
sign because we need the rain here in Southern California. So to see it, you know, the beginning of the year, it's like, you know, rebirth, right?
Exactly. Everything's kind
exciting.
of being washed clean
Yeah,
and,
I like
and
it.
start over. Yeah.
I agree, though. Politically, I think that's really important. And I sense a trend as well that I think people are trying in their own way to make a difference. Even kids, because I'm around teenagers a lot, you know, and usually teenagers are super selfish.
Are
or
we,
maybe-
are we getting away from the selfish thing of the Kardashian generation? So do you think
Oh,
that's changing?
what a good thing to bring up.
I think so.
I'm
yeah,
serious
yeah.
about
the
that.
self-absorption. Can
Yeah.
we, you know, are we becoming more spiritual? Hopefully,
Absolutely. And as we get into the spring or into the summertime, late actually September, October, so fall, more like fall. The planet Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and
I love that planet.
spirituality, and we all love
favorite
Jupiter.
planet.
I don't know enough about any of this. To me,
Well, you're
they're-
learning.
I am. So, okay, so Jupiter is...
Jupiter is moving into the sign of Libra, which emphasizes peace and harmony and togetherness and coming together to achieve something that really does help other people, mediating conflict.
we need that now.
and developing
that,
more,
the
more
world.
harmony. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Let's say politically. I mean, I'm sure you've been looking at the candidates. We talked to you about
Yes,
this, in
we
fact,
did.
at the
Yeah.
Reagan
Oh,
Library.
that was fun,
that was
wasn't it?
so much
a
fun.
So
that was
fun.
so fun.
That was great.
Same, can I say, buffoons are still up there pretty much as they were then.
Yes.
So as you read what's going on, and they're still the same people, what's going to shake down with that, in your opinion? You know, that and...
Based on their stars, their
Yeah.
alignment.
Exactly.
their-
I think one of the key words that we're going to want to see emphasized politically is truth. And so, and we're already seeing that.
Are you kidding?
No, because Saturn, which is the planet of structure and discipline and responsibility, is in the sign of Sagittarius, which really Sagittarius wants nothing more than honesty, nothing more than truth. And so politically, I think we're gonna be calling people out even more on.
But here's a journalist in me. It's like,
Yeah.
it depends upon whose truth, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
yours, mine, and hers, and then the other guys. You know?
Exactly.
And a lot of them may even be standing up there thinking that they're reciting the truth, and when in fact they're not, or it's their own. Don't you think that's very subjective, really?
I think so too, but I think people are going to be more intolerant of.
Well, look
of
at why Trump is
unfact-
so
of-
popular. I mean, he says whatever the hell he pleases when he wants. He doesn't care. People love him. I mean, generally speaking, he's still up in the polls. So, in terms of the Republican side. So, you know, I think that speaks to what you're saying. It's like, get away from the political jargon and let's hear something from the gut.
And I would say, like them or not. You're
Right. I mean,
like them or not,
that's
you're
why
right.
it matches what you're saying. I think society is sort of like fed up with this garbage mumbo jumbo, and you know,
everybody.
like him, hate him, whatever. He's saying he's getting to the core of things in terms of what
They
he's
need
saying.
somebody like him on the other side.
Yeah.
Like they have.
Yeah,
well,
the
I guess
Democrats-
Bernie is a little bit, but he is not going to
Not
cut
gonna
through.
cut it
For
through.
people who thinks he's cutting through, he's not. Okay, I don't care if you're a diehard Democrat, he's not going to cut it. So they need somebody, you know, with that kind of dynamic personality. on the other side to go head to head with him. That's what I think. Because anyway.
I think Hillary's got the dynamism, but
but she's the same old guard.
Yeah,
You like
exactly.
to Linda's point,
Right.
She's
he's
got to
somebody
shake
different.
she's got to shake the political jargon that she's used to saying.
Oh, but
You know,
she
it's-
can't. She's deep into it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know. But if she wants to have that image, switch it up, she's going to have to do that because that's what Trump's doing. And that, I
Definitely.
think, the truth, even if it's not truthful, if you sound like it's truthful and it sounds unique,
Yes.
that's half the battle.
Yes, and some of the things that he's saying that are so far out there,
Yeah.
people register as he's got to be honest because he
It's
wouldn't risk
refreshing
it
to them.
Yes,
Exactly. That's
exactly.
what it is. Refreshing.
Yeah.
I'm in
We can
agreement
talk
with you
politics
totally.
all damn day. I love it. It's exciting.
So
Exciting times.
you did a couple of, I don't know, whatever. You did some readings on my birthday, maybe Linda's birthday. I don't know.
We
Because
should
I
have
want to get her. I have things that I want good for her. She's got all
Aw,
good
she's
things
such a
anyway.
good friend.
I do, and I know I need some good things on my end. I'm just curious what you read in there.
Sure.
I'm a Capricorn right now,
Yes.
isn't it? Capricorn.
Yes,
Capricorn
it is.
Like I don't even know what the heck
the
that means. I
sun-
know we're supposed to be good, solid people.
Capricorn
Yes,
is now, right?
Yeah,
It's
that
right
means
now.
the sun is
It's
in the
in your
sign
sign.
of Capricorn. Yeah.
It's usually a good time of year for you when it's in your sign,
It is
right?
definitely, or in a complementary sign. So
Yeah.
So yes, it's definitely a good time for Capricorns. So Deborah, a couple of really interesting things are happening for you in your chart, and the
I'll take it.
I have good news.
I love
for
talking
both
about
of you.
myself,
so
so please
excited.
keep going. I mean, we could do the whole hour
But we're
on
not
this.
going to,
right,
because
Kurt?
there's other people in the world, right?
Yes.
Well, you of course always.
Well,
I love her.
There's a
She
team.
knows I'm kidding.
There's a team.
Yeah.
So one of the things that's really emphasized for you this year is partnerships. Coming into new relationships, so if you're seeking representation or like trying to get a manager or agent or anyone to kind of help take your career to the next level or take your brand, yourself to the next level, this is a great time to be engaged in those kinds
That's fitting.
of partnerships. You've had, the last couple of months have been a little bumpy for you.
Yeah.
And
Bumpy.
bumpy.
Please, I fell off the mountain.
Right? It rocked her world.
What do you mean?
Well, you've had to restructure a lot in your life. And
You've had a tough
and so
loss.
I have. I mean, but go ahead.
And everyone knows because we talk about it on the air. Just loss of
A lot of
things.
loss,
Her
but
parent.
yeah.
But anyway, not to interrupt. Sorry.
no,
So do you do any of this based on what you might know about me, or you're really just
no,
reading
I'm
stuff?
just reading
That's
this.
in
So
the
you don't know
stars.
that I've been
No.
burying people like on a practically monthly basis, and I'm flying
No.
back for this funeral, come home, flying back for the
It
next
was
one
one after the other last year.
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just like a year or two before that, the same thing. All parents now gone. The last one
lot
just
of
died on
junk.
Thanksgiving,
Oh,
so
I'm
it's
so
just
sorry
it's
to
been
hear
constant.
that.
And when you're a caregiver, I don't want this to be all about that, but it takes a great deal out of you, and it sort of brings you to another place where you can barely function. And I feel like I'm really coming back. I feel very strong. I
Yeah.
will tell you, good friends are everything. So that's a whole nother show. But
Yeah.
go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, definitely.
Right,
Well,
Kurt?
I think you're completely out of that of that pattern. You know,
I feel it. I swear to
you
God.
really, it's a new day, a new beginning. But here's what is really cool about this. So you had to sort of do a lot of letting go because there's so much new that's coming up for
Wow.
you.
You have to make room.
I have trouble letting go of everything.
That makes
Even my
sense.
clothes, okay? I have clothes sitting
She
in my
does.
closet. No,
I
ask this
can
girl.
witness it.
The clothes in my closet. I mean, I think you might have come once or twice to try and clean it out.
Her
And she
husband
left-
asked me to clean her closet 20 years ago or something like that.
Wait,
I might
John-
be exaggerating.
John actually auctioned off shoes of mine that were in my closet.
He used to call her Melda Marcos, but
It's true.
I
It's
actually
true.
left in a huff.
Well, you know he has a radio show, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. He once had to. Yeah, I cannot let go of anything. He had
She
to
wouldn't
auction
put
them off on the
anything
radio.
away in the bag. I had trash bags, and no, I don't want to get
clothes
rid of
are
that.
still
And I
there, so
left.
okay.
I said no,
I
I
can't get
do
rid
this.
of people, things, anything. They just collect with me.
But that's so this,
Fitting for
this
her.
is your Pisces moon. When you were born, the moon was in the sign of Pisces, and so there's a real and given some of the other things that it's doing in your chart, there's a real sense of security and safety that comes from the things around you, like the
I'd
beautiful
love
things.
to let it go.
Yeah, this is a great time to be doing that letting go, because what's happening for you is you're starting a whole new 7-year cycle that's reaching you up to a peak in your career, in your professional life.
That's good news.
Yeah,
great news.
There's a lot that's coming for you over the next couple of years, where actually over the next five years specifically, where you're going to be like, there's a lot about making a name for yourself. So there are opportunities that are surfacing. They're coming onto the horizon, and it's almost as if you're. How old are your kids right now?
Teens, right?
Teens, all of them, boys.
So,
Thank you.
So in some ways, it's kind of like your motherhood tendencies have shifted a little bit, and it's more about you now.
I
like
love
the focus
that.
can be on
That's
you.
fitting for her. Exactly right on. You
Are you
brilliant.
sure you don't just like look at somebody's
No,
bio and
she's
then you do
looking
this?
at-
Oh, no,
Because
no.
you're like dead on. Come on.
Yeah,
I
it's
never
great.
actually. I don't. I specifically don't look at Google or anything because I don't like to be distracted. I like to be right.
Yeah. No, you're
I have
following.
a thing. I have
Right.
a bit of an ego desire to be to be good at what I do. So yeah.
So that's a Capricorn. So anybody else listening that's a Capricorn, they're kind of in the same position mainly, or no?
That's specific to your chart.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
for all Capricorns, for all Capricorns,
Interesting.
one of the things that's happening for all Capricorns is that Pluto has been occupying your sign since 2008, and when that happens, Pluto gives you some power. It gives you a voice. It gives you an urge to reach a mass audience. Pluto rules mass media, and so for all
makes sense.
Capricorns, that sense of what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Capricorns are very goal oriented anyway.
Yeah.
When they have something that they're trying to, they don't feel good unless they have something that they're a North Star that they're trying to follow and a goal that they're trying to reach. And Pluto's influence just kind of kicks that into high gear. So
Cool.
now and there's been a lot of tug from the universe over the last couple of years. Just for Capricorns, and for some of our Cancers and Libras and Aries, there's been a lot of ups and downs and redefining who you are and what you want. But our Capricorns are they're headed
Onwards and upwards.
Yes.
So can we go through each sign? But before we do, like
Gemini.
generally, let's talk Gemini because Curtis and I are both Geminis.
Yep.
And I'm selfish, and I want to know.
Not.
And we have your chart too.
I do want to ask you.
Yes.
Am I going to win the Powerball? $450 million.
That's a great question. You know what? Here's what I
You
would
better
say.
share with me and give a little to Tony.
Well, UBN's going to go crazy if I
Tony,
win.
did you hear that? And Kurt too.
Everybody gets some.
Actually,
with that money.
I'm gonna tell you the luckiest day of the year of 2016
I'm writing
is
this down.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yep.
Do you have a sound effect,
For-
please? How about the
Ding, ding,
applause?
ding. Everybody wait. Woo!
so the luckiest day of 2016 is September 26th.
Okay.
And
Give me that pen.
for all of you wanting to play the Powerball, wanting to play the lottery, this is the day to go out and do it.
But then everybody wins.
I have never even gotten one number right in my life. As a reporter, I always have
I
to
win
run out-
everything.
What?
I do. I win things.
Oh my goodness!
yeah,
Never.
you've got a very strong Jupiter in your chart. So yes,
I should play
actually,
it. You never know.
you-
I'll be helping you be on radio
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Yeah, I'll give you a date for you to play
Yeah,
the
okay.
lottery.
Wait, I thought September 26th was like
That's
this
for
great-
everybody.
That's for everybody.
So all of us are playing the lottery
That's
that day.
for everybody. Everybody played the
What's
lottery
her
that
day
day.
to play? But I need a day too to play the lottery.
Okay.
So,
All right. Here we
yeah.
go. Here we go. Yay.
Please, I can't change my
Powerball,
personality. It is what I-
$450 million.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, is that the Powerball sign?
That's what it
oh,
is.
This is
It's
great.
the drawings
Yes.
tonight.
I want the
Yeah.
numbers since you're so lucky.
$450 million
Give me the
tonight.
damn numbers.
Someone's life is going to change probably tonight at
I'll
11
give the
p.m.
dollar or whatever
Eastern
it is.
time. Did you know that?
I didn't know
It's
that.
$450 million. I haven't bought a ticket yet. I got to go get one.
You need to. Actually, I would do that now.
Get
You've
one
got
for
a
me.
really strong Jupiter transit.
Oh my
I
God.
win
That's-
things.
that's
I think I'm
exact-
going to
Okay,
win.
look, it was my idea to have her on. If you win anything, no, I'm saying it right now. It's being recorded. I insist on part of that money. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got lots of luck from now all the way until the end of February.
Ooh,
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
hanging
yeah.
with her.
Like
right.
just out of the blue kind of opportunities. Do you have a move coming up too?
No, but I
Move.
keep seeing that. Like
Yeah.
I
You're
just,
always looking at real
I
estate.
look at real estate. It's my passion.
Uh-huh.
I'm always looking. I found a house down the street I really want to buy. It's a little.
Again?
I'm waiting for it to go on the market. They've just staged it. I'm spying on it. I look in the windows.
Yeah.
Maybe it means that's our, workspace. We've always
Yeah,
been talking
maybe.
about workspace.
Yeah.
Well,
But anyway, it does say move, right?
It does, absolutely. It's very, very strongly represented in the summertime, in June.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
good.
A house in Malibu for the summer.
I could
That's
go for
what
that.
it is,
Yes.
Rachel.
After I win the
Totally.
lottery, the Powerball,
Yes.
I'm going to go buy myself a nice beach house.
I've actually been looking, but go ahead.
And Deborah, for you, the lottery date, your lottery winning date is going to be.
I'll take her with me to get the numbers, though.
I haven't been successful at that for myself. I've tried. I've tried to intuit, and I think there's a block. I think I have a mental block about it.
You're too attached.
Yep, exactly. So your date is going to be actually May 1st.
So
The very beginning of May.
So,
So
my
May 1st.
Wait a minute.
yours?
Back to Gemini. It's between now and February, or is there one date that's better
That's
than the
for
other?
you specifically.
So me
You can
first.
go any day and play this
'Cause
thing?
I'm
yeah.
gonna- you watch
Oh my
me win.
God, she's
Yeah.
going to be in that
You heard it
7-Eleven
here.
line
But
every
it's-
single day.
Especially February 4th. That's a highlighted day for you.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is great.
Wait, what's your day
Is
again?
Curtis? What do we? You're just between. You're like me though.
Kurt,
probably
when's your
all
birthday? What
Geminis.
day?
Oh, that's right.
So when
June
should
11th.
he go play the lottery? Don't forget me, too, if you win.
What year were you born?
Oh, he has to whisper it. He's a youngin.
God, he's
He
old.
is.
84.
He's a baby.
June 11th, 1984. And
So you're going to be 32?
You're
not
such
that
a
young.
little youngster. He's so cute.
Look, Grandma.
We
So
got to put
anyway,
a
go
camera
ahead.
on him. We need. That's what our
We do.
2016.
Next week, you're getting a camera on you, okay?
I'll bring one in. We can set up a tripod. And we
really,
have to
we
have
could
him on. He's
show-
so cute.
he
No,
is.
and we can show how he turns red every time we say something like this. He's one of those where he turns beet red.
He's got a new relationship represented in his chart.
Uh-oh.
What?
He's married.
Yeah.
He's happily married,
Oh.
too. She's adorable.
What about a baby?
A child.
A baby?
A child?
Woo!
She's been talking about this.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
I have
Oh, my
goosebumps.
God. A baby.
Yeah.
That's your new relationship.
I wouldn't
Look at
be
him. He's like,
surprised.
no, no, no,
really
no, no,
red
no.
now.
He's going home, staying
In
far away from
March.
her.
March.
So you need
March.
to play the lottery because you're
He's
gonna
so
have a
red.
little.
Oh,
You're gonna
God.
have a little bundle of joy.
Oh my God.
So
Oh, that's so
Oh, poor
exciting.
Kurt. Oh,
Yeah.
he is so
Yeah.
red right now. He's like a tomato. This poor man. What we do to him every week is just
I
this
love
poor
that
guy.
news. It's all happy, fun stuff.
yes,
It
definitely.
is. Okay,
Should
can
we
I
go through other signs?
can I
Because there
ask-
might be listeners that want to know, like briefly, like
What
one
other
sentence.
signs? I thought there's just two: Capricorn
No, I know.
and Gemini.
In our world, yes.
I have keywords for
Yeah,
each
let's
sign
do
for
it.
20
Let's
for
do it.
2016 overall themes.
Yeah.
Aries is discernment.
Aries is
What does that
discernment.
mean again?
That means you've. That means you've
Yeah,
got.
I'm kind of with you. I'm like, huh? What does that mean?
So that means you have to really weed out what you want in your life. For Aries, there's a lot of movement and a lot of opportunity.
Okay, but you got to be careful.
next
But you have
Sounds
to be
like
really
cautious.
careful.
Okay.
Taurus, building.
That's my
building
kids. My
structures.
kids are Taurus.
It's a lot of like, one step after another, brick after brick. Lots of development this year.
Okay.
Gemini's awakening. Lots
love
of
that word.
insights, new ideas, all kinds of awarenesses, aha moments.
How about
like that.
relationships for her? She deserves an incredible relationship. And I have a question about that about myself. Not really relationships, but after that, go ahead with her.
For you, for relationships, I would say that there's there's when you look at a chart, there are so many things
Oh,
to
come
look
on,
at.
I know. I
so
just
it's
tossed
like,
it out there.
So I look at like four
The
or five
main
different
themes,
things.
yeah.
Now for you, actually, there's a really when we're talking about the move, that same
Right.
influence.
You're moving in with some guy.
You're well, I think that I don't think you're necessarily moving in with somebody, but I think that you're opening your heart in such a way that you're letting go of some expectations or some boundaries or
Yeah.
things that you've had keeping you from love. And
makes
as a
sense.
result of that,
Oh, Linda.
there's like your heart opens,
And then you attract the
and
right
then you
things.
attract the right thing.
That's so appropriate for me.
Yeah,
It'll
you
probably
so
be this
deserve
summer.
it, too.
It'll
This
probably be
summer?
this summer.
At
Oh,
the
good.
beach house.
At the beach house in
This
Malibu.
is what's going to happen.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's going to be. We're all going to be hanging out at the beach
And
house.
we're all going to
Yeah.
have a big party there
Yeah.
because we're going to say, remember this, and we'll run the show.
And I will have to do your compatibility charts too.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
make
would
sure he's a
definitely.
good fit.
Yeah, exactly, because I attract some weirdos.
But I have a question about. Can I ask
You
Go
like
ahead.
the rebel in some
I do
ways.
sort of, yeah, I do, yeah.
You do.
And
I was
you
like
and you
the
get
under-
bored really easily.
Oh, yeah.
You've got
Kurt
your
probably does too.
She's very much
Gemini.
we all are in this business to a certain extent. All of us, kind of used to being a little in charge, and she's like that. And for someone to even keep up with her,
I'm
I
a
think-
fast-paced person,
yeah,
too.
and smart, and
Aw, that's sweet to say,
But it's
but
true.
She's got an Aries moon.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
And that means what?
the moon is kind of the core of who you are, and it's how you feel, it's how you process emotions. It kind of runs the show beneath the surface.
So it's air sign too.
it's a fire sign.
Oh, fire.
So you're like fire
Air
and
and
air.
fire. Look
you
out.
I know.
Wait, what is my moon? Because
Your moon is Pisces.
what does that
Write
mean?
that down. I didn't
That
know
means number one, you feel things. You feel
Please,
things.
I feel everything.
Very
Even this piece
sensitive.
of paper has emotions.
Yes, exactly.
You understand? There's like emotions attached to
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
Like really. And it doesn't mean, you're insane or crazy, but I feel things.
And you feel other people's things. You
I do,
feel
and I'm
everybody's
passionate.
emotions.
That's a
Very
good thing.
passionate. Very passionate. Also really generous.
I'm very generous.
But sometimes you have to watch out because there's a fear that people can take advantage of your generosity.
Well, that's one question I had because I do have a little bit of that in my life. And by generosity, it crosses over, right?
Yeah.
We're not just talking money, we're talking everything. I sometimes that is one of my big struggles. I know. We all have one where I feel like give and give and give. And it's like, can I get one thing? And what's that about? Like, where's that? Because I don't know signs.
That's the Pisces moon. So you have a real need to do things for other people, to help other people. That's one of your needs. You also have a need because you feel things for other people. You have a tendency, and your Capricorn sun comes in, and you want to fix things.
Ugh.
So it's like I feel your pain, and I want to fix it. I want to help you. And as a result of that, there's a real tendency toward giving and giving and giving until they don't have pain anymore.
Wow.
And so one of your core lessons is learning how to separate, how to say, I know you're feeling bad or having a bad day, but this isn't my responsibility.
Yeah,
I don't have to
boundaries.
do anything.
Boundaries.
That's so smart. Now, I hope when you do your work with people, this is so important. Like, you don't just sit there and read charts, numbers, whatever. You just said something that's valuable. Take what you have, and you need to learn what to do with
That's
it.
the intuitive part, right?
That's your
Yes.
intuitive
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
We should finish these signs. Somebody's listening. Well, you didn't get to mine yet.
Okay, we can,
All right.
we can finish
I
this
always
up.
end up back with me, don't I?
I know,
It's like, please.
but that's okay. You
I
can do
know.
that after.
Yeah.
Taurus,
Okay,
we know.
So
was-
Taurus, Gemini, Cancer is loyalty. And
Yeah.
so Cancer, because everything's
is.
shifting, Cancer has to kind of be the rock in some of their relationships and really hold firm to their commitments, so that while
Is that what they're
everybody's
learning
changing,
loyalty, or they have to be aware? What does that mean exactly?
that's their
They have to
key
commit
word
to
for
it.
the year. So
Okay.
it's like, when everybody's kind of going off course or doing their own things, or
Yeah.
the Pisces or the Virgo in your life is moving in a new direction, you have to stand still and be loyal to whatever it is you committed to. Just for this year.
Okay.
So next year they don't have to be loyal anymore. They
next
can
year
just go
it's
screw
like-
people over.
F you. I'm done with you.
Done. Yeah. Now for Leo, it's power. This is a year where you're learning your own charisma. You're stepping into your power. You're climbing to new heights, especially once we get into October and November. For Virgo, it's humor and playfulness.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, isn't it
I want to
fun?
know more Virgos.
like that.
I love that.
Yeah. Well,
What are
when-
you?
I'm a Libra.
You're Libra.
Yeah,
okay.
Libra.
So it's a good year for
With,
you.
with the Gemini moon.
Yeah.
So I have
Okay.
have that
Oh.
influence too. For Libra, it's gathering. It's like the Libras are going to be called to kind of bring people together in new ways. Kind of be the yentas, bringing connecting people, forming relationships. The yentas.
That's a good.
For Scorpio, the word is magic, and so
Magic.
transforming energy. If there's energy of stress or there's energy of struggle, that can transform into solutions and healing.
Oh, that's a good one.
For Sagittarius, it's trust and faith, maintaining faith in all circumstances. For Capricorn, the word is innovation.
Oh, that's good for
But
you.
what does that mean?
It means create.
Yeah,
Right?
very creative year for you.
I think it's so appropriate.
And also
I
like
feel it,
coming
you
up
know?
with strategic ideas or innovative ideas for implementing strategies to get to where you want to go.
Well, that's why. What a great idea to have you on today. No, and I'm actually serious.
you.
I feel great now. I just want to go conquer the world.
She cracks me up. By the way, is Shar on? Because I hear
let's have Shar
I hear
join
little
in.
things. Shar,
Hey, sorry, I'm
I thought
packing
so.
while I'm listening.
She's
to
packing.
You.
You got
where are you going?
Shar, you know.
I'm driving back to LA.
Ooh.
Hi, kids. Is that Rachel?
Yeah.
It is. Hi, Shar.
We got the
Let's
whole.
Rachel.
We got the
Hi,
whole
how
team
are
here,
you?
baby.
Let's
It's
introduce.
so good to talk to you.
Let's introduce Shar to the
Please.
listeners. Shar Margolis is also has a show called Shar Vision on UBN
Isn't
Radio
that cool?
TV.
She is amazing.
Is a psychic.
Amazing.
And I mean,
Hi.
you're dynamic. Both of you. You could tell you guys are very aligned in your
God, look
path
at her picture
of
too.
life.
She's another gorgeous one.
Yes.
You should be in studio. It's like the babe.
So
show.
I don't know how much you've been listening. We went through all the signs and we got our one words.
Yeah, I listened to Rachel. You guys, all your listeners need to listen to Rachel because she knows what she's talking about
She
when
does.
it comes to astrology. And
She's
I'm
dead
not-
on.
Thank you.
I'm really picky.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
thank you.
I've been doing psychic work, intuitive work, spiritual work for over 40 years,
Yeah.
and I trust Rachel.
Thank you. Likewise, Shar. I think you're just absolutely brilliant.
Char, what is your sign?
I'm a Leo, and I love
Ooh,
what you said about
power.
Leo. Like,
Do you love what she said?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Power. She's stepping into power.
Yeah.
So, Shar, do you do like mainly readings for people, or can you talk about broad stroke what's going
well, you
on
know
in
what?
the world right now?
Look at once in a while, I come up with some national things like national predictions, and
Give it.
And in 1999, I did a pay-per-view special called Shar, a Psychic for the New Millennium. And what I said in this new millennium, in 1999, what I was worried about was terrorism in our country.
Oh,
Mm.
wow.
And I said our government better shape up the airport. And I actually have it on video because it was a pay-per-view special. And so, unfortunately, it's come to pass. And
in a big way.
Listen, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but I can tell you right now that this is just the beginning
Yeah.
of what we're going to see with the crazies in our world and
So
in America
scary.
as well.
Yeah. So
And
are we
I
expecting?
feel like there's going to be a simultaneous terrorist thing, like with maybe Washington, New York,
Ew.
and somewhere else.
L.A.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure,
Okay.
But the thing is in what I'm telling people, like the the greatest weapon we all have is our intuition.
Yes.
And I was told many years ago, your guardian angels and your spirit guides cannot stop someone else from shooting a bullet at you. However, your angels can get you out of the way.
They
of
can
that
warn
bullet.
you, right? So how would that
Right.
come to be? Like you would be nudged to not go somewhere? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
we have gut feeling.
Yeah.
We all have intuition, and what I'm focusing on now is teaching people to listen to their intuition. And I'm doing
That's a great point.
retreats. I'm doing retreats, and I'm doing.
I want to go to
online
one of those. I'm coming. I want to go to a retreat.
Where are you doing a retreat? Where's your next one? That's
Palm
interesting.
Springs.
I'm going for sure. We should
When
go.
I would. When is that, Char?
I'm doing one at the end of January and the beginning of February, and then one in March.
I definitely am very intrigued by, having guidance with listening to that inner voice, whatever you call it. Because I do believe in it. I actually had this happen to me on the way home from Ohio at Christmas. I did not want to get on that plane. I just did not want to get on
No,
it.
you
Really?
I was going to change it. I had this terrible feeling. And
So what happened?
It was 5 hours of hell. It was.
Oh my God.
I really thought we
Wow,
were
were
going
you
to
f-
crash. There was
Wow.
tornadoes going on all over the
Wait,
country.
okay,
The
Forgive me,
turbulence.
But is this Linda?
Yeah, Linda speaking. Yeah, I know you can't see
Linda,
me.
it's so nice to meet you.
I know. I'm so nice to meet you. Yeah, it was turbulence for 5 hours, and I'm with my kids, and I'm literally sick. And I, luckily we didn't have any major problems, but it was terrible. So
But
you
you were being tipped off.
I was.
That it was not going to be.
And you know
good
what?
Energy.
Before we got on the plane, they had overbooked that plane, and they said, anybody want to, give away your seats? And I was the first in line, and then they didn't have enough seats because I had to get the three of us, because I had my kids with me. So there was all these signs. Like, it's amazing, to your point, the signs will be
Right.
there. And like the fact that they overbooked that one flight, and there was, that happens a lot, but this was that flight, and I almost got off of it. And I don't know, it was just crazy.
I've talked to
Well,
you before.
I call it. We have to follow the 4 C's. Have the
Courage.
courage, confidence, commitment, and to conquer. So the courage to listen to your intuition and know it exists and make a mistake.
Right.
It's okay to make a mistake. We all make mistakes, but that's how we learn.
Right.
The courage, the confidence to own your power, to listen to it, to do it, the commitment to remembering it and not just let it go like it means nothing. And then to conquer it is by acting upon it. You know, you have to have the moxie and the guts to act upon these things.
Even if it doesn't make sense to somebody else, you have to say, this is my feeling, and something's making me uneasy.
Even if it doesn't make sense to you, because
yeah, that's right.
You know, when you use logic, common sense, and intuition, you get your best answers.
Yeah.
And so even when it goes against all logic, you have to go with your gut because it will protect you. It will take care of you because it's your guardian angels. It's your spirit guides. That's who's guiding you. We're not alone.
Yeah. That's kind of comforting, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Comforting to know that.
To me it is. You know, Linda, you sound like you're a healer. I don't know why.
Somebody else told me that. Another psychic years ago said,
you're a healer?
And I'm like, I'm not a healer.
Rachel, does she have Capricorn in her chart?
She actually has, she has Saturn and Capricorn in her chart. And Saturn's at the planet of Saturn
healing,
is really happy. Capricorn is the sign that Saturn rules, so Saturn's really happy in its own sign, and this gives you a lot of focus for any kind of healing work that you would do. But Shar, I think the other thing is that indicates that healing tendency within her is your Cancer rising.
Okay.
Which
see, I don't know, and that makes such sense because your energy sounds so to me like you have healing gifts and that you already are intuitive about things.
Yes, I am.
This is just, we live in a physical world and we live in an energetic world. And in this energetic world, you really are tapped in, and probably especially with your children.
Yes, I feel energy. It's especially with my children. Yeah. You're absolutely right about that.
And you always need to listen to that. And can I just ask you something? Can you just say yes or no to me?
Sure.
I'm getting it. I'm seeing. Don't say the name. Do not say the name. But I'm getting like a J initial around you. So I don't.
Is that my husband John?
So
No.
Is there a man that's a J?
Yes. Do I say who?
No.
Okay.
Is it spelled? Is it spelled J-O? Or J-A? I can't hear this.
It's another vowel in the middle of the...
Okay, but it starts with J.
It starts with J.
Jeff or Jim or...
the second name, Jim.
Wait.
Jim?
So what?
Jim.
Okay, this is Deborah now. So what about this Jim? What's going to happen with this Jim?
Wait. Is Jim family to you or a friend?
I would say...
Is he a romance?
Was family... should I just tell you who?
Is he an ex-husband?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're friends. I mean, we're friends now.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. You know, he's, we can have more than one soulmate in our lives, and a soulmate is someone who helps our soul to grow, and he's the father of your children. But I feel like I heard Rachel saying something like maybe be open to more romance, and maybe that's why I sometimes pick up on the past to get to the present, to get to the future.
Oh, absolutely. They all work together.
And I'm wondering if you should be more open to that. I have a feeling you put a block up.
To Jim?
And I have a feeling you're a giver and a doer, and you're always trying to please everybody else.
I didn't mean it that way.
Shar, you should see her blushing right now.
Oh, he's a very nice guy. So I'm just saying.
I thought I was done with that.
Oh my God! I love this, Shar. Oh,
man. I feel
man.
like you're going to miss opportunities because you're so busy trying to please everybody else and not yourself.
Yeah, that's been
the first true love is self-love. It doesn't mean you're selfish.
I agree with that.
It means your needs matter.
Yeah.
And just because there's an opportunity for romance, you can, the
With
boat
Jim?
can sail away. Well, you can miss the ship. You could, if you're not taking care of you.
Right.
I feel like you're pleasing everybody, and you got to start learning to please you.
I have to
right
say
on.
though, as moms,
right on.
How in God's name do you ever please yourself?
Well, like doing
I
this
can't
show.
even wash my hair. I mean, how do you end up, pleasing?
But you know
yourself?
what? Doing the show for me has been an awakening because it's like fun and we're back in our old element.
It's 'cause
for
I'm
me.
here.
Seriously. So this is the first thing I've done for myself in that way in a
Right.
very long
Yeah.
time. It's all about everybody else.
Also, Shar, I want to just piggyback on what you're saying and say that, Linda, that is a huge theme for you.
Really?
Taking care of you, putting you first. You've got with the moon in Aries. That's one of it's a primary need for you.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but Rachel, what I'm worried about with her is that we'll pretend like she's not in the room.
No, I like it. I'll eavesdrop.
all right.
And then I got to get over to me, or we're running out of time.
What I'm
100%.
worried about with her is that she's so busy getting approval from everybody else that she doesn't think about her. And the thing is that where you are is where it's at, Linda.
Mhm.
You're the one who's pure and good and loving and kind and healing. And anyway, I just don't want. I want you to be happy in this life, and I want you to find peace and happiness. But you have to help it along. We create our destiny by the choices we make.
You're right about that.
Shar, remember a while back you and I were going to get together and talk, and we never did?
I have to have a
Okay.
private session with you.
Now, I don't know if you remember that.
Okay.
I remember you and I were going to connect on the phone and just sort of talk about a
Okay.
couple things, and we never did. Are you
Well,
getting any?
you know, Deborah, I'll tell you what I feel with you is that you're just like busting through. Like you're going to really be blossoming in this year. I feel.
I think so too. I mean, I
Yeah,
feel
and
it. Like I
I feel
feel
like-
it.
And like creatively with your creative stuff, and I don't know. I feel like there's another kind of creative opportunity coming for you. Maybe are you writing or?
Always. I mean, you know how journalists are. We're sort of all over the place, doing a lot of different things, but keep going.
Okay, well, I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like there's another creative outlet for you in some way. And I feel like you should be pursuing that. Do you ever teach?
I've been asked. I just haven't had time. The past couple of years, you know, honestly, I was a caregiver.
What
to
are
old
you asked to
people.
teach?
So, what was I
Wait,
asked?
what are you asked to teach?
She said, "What am I asked?" High school and also college. You know, just a class, not an
Writing
entire.
or what? Writing class or
No,
journalism?
Well, what if you did? What if you offered something on your own, like a media class or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure thousands of people would want to flock to hear me. Right, Kurt?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm getting with this, but I feel like there's something else coming up and some different kind of writing.
Find it. What is it, Rachel? Shar, come on. This is your time.
Actually, that's brilliant, Shar. I feel like what it is it somehow you could take the like your intuitive gifts, like you know how you're able to feel into other people's energy that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if you could do an intuitive approach to journalism. Like how do you get to those questions? How do you open up it's almost like you and Shar could co-teach a class
There
or
you
some
go.
kind of a workshop or something.
I have a good way of getting people to open up because I'm very rarely pissed off at people. I can usually just get them to talk to me. Even the, biggest assholes I've had, on the Forbes whatever, have just sat down and finally opened up because they're thinking, oh. And so, yeah, I don't know. Is that what you're talking about? I don't really know.
I'm not. You know what? I honestly am not sure. I never know what I get, but I feel like it's a door that can be open for you to, I don't know, bring in another income. I don't know, just to help yourself.
What about on
I
a
don't know.
personal level? Like, what are you seeing there? Like, I'm trying to only stick with some good positive energy and not have people, friends or whatever, just sort of bring it down. I'm really trying to keep it up because I know I try and do that with my friends, right?
Yeah.
We do that for each other.
Well, you know what? No one and nothing can upset you unless you give them the power to do so.
I know, but sometimes I give the power over. So what do you do to not give the power over? That's always been my thing. You have yours where you maybe shut it down with people. Me, I'll just give it over. And then I keep going, why does that happen?
Yeah, but that's an old bad habit you need to break.
Yep.
You need to own your own power. Don't let anyone, no one and nothing has power over any of us. Not a spirit, not a living person, not anybody, unless we give them that power.
Yeah.
Even when people are possessed by a spirit, they're allowing that spirit to take them over.
I know,
Okay,
but
so we're getting a little off.
No, but
off
that's
the
true.
But it's true. And you can know that intellectually, but then, you still go out and do the same old shit.
But it's a simple choice, right? I mean, if you strip it down, it's a simple choice. Like if you're thinking something,
You know what?
you got to just.
Because it comes down to the bottom line is, do you care if people like you or not? And are they worth Are they worth you fighting for that friendship?
Right.
You know, are they worth it?
Right. And you just have to make that decision, and that's your choice, right?
But I
You
always
just-
say it's a step further. You can make the decision. You've got to act on it. I think that's what a lot of people have a tough time with. I think that's why a lot of people end up in therapy forever, because they can't act on what they need to change.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge proponent of therapy. I actually think more like something like what we're all doing here. You know, you've got to make decisions to move it
But
forward.
you know what? I disagree with you, because I am a big advocate of therapy. I think it's one of the best things I ever did in my whole life.
Yeah, look at yourself, right?
I went to, and you know what? One of the reasons I went to therapy was because I couldn't learn to say no to people. Because I always wanted, oh, well, I have this ability, and if I have this ability, then I'm supposed to use it to help people. But you know, you can also drain yourself if you don't balance out the energy. You can't. Sometimes you have to say, you know what? I can't do this right now. I have to.
You have to learn to
monitor
say
my
no
time.
in a nice way.
So what's
And if people love you, they're going to respect you for it, and they're going to say, "Oh yeah, you're a human being too."
But I think also
okay.
when you love yourself, then it becomes less important. Like when the focus is I feel good, I feel secure, I feel positive about myself, then you don't get triggered when someone's like,
Yeah, right.
But you know what? There's a difference between being selfish and having self-love.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's a
because
great point.
Having self-love means your needs matter.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See, I know what you're saying too. Like for me, I can be harder on myself than anyone else around. And
She made a great point, though.
so being good to yourself means maybe in some cases you don't have to be hard on yourself more than you would on somebody else, right? To somebody else, I mean.
Right.
So it's choice. That's a choice.
It's all about the choice. I mean, okay, so both of you, Rachel, Shar, any kind, based on your charts, based on your intuition, Shar, sorry, any kind of predictions whatsoever as to who our next president could be?
Wow, that's a good one.
It's a good one. Nobody's going to hold you to it, but
Shar, do you want to go first?
Who has the
we'll
stars aligned?
burn the tape. Don't worry about it. If it's,
Well, okay, let me just say one thing. If we're talking about presidential anything,
yeah.
I'm not going to make a commitment here, but I will tell you this. I feel like Donald Trump like he needs to watch his back. I feel like that it's very possible that somebody's going to try to take him out.
Yeah, I heard there was somebody in something recently.
And
tried.
that I said that when we went to that Republican convention. That's the first thing I felt about him. And I still feel this. I feel like he really, I'm talking about human beings now. Not that I'm not talking about Republican, Democrat. I'm talking about people. And I just feel like he's got to be very careful.
He's got to get his security really
of his safety.
right.
And for me, whenever
Anyway.
when I do a chart to predict a presidential election, I really don't necessarily. I look at all the candidates' charts, but I really like to focus on Republican and Democrat. There's a specific formula I use. The Republicans are ruled by Jupiter, and Democrats are ruled by Saturn, and I can look at those two planets for an election day. And when I've done my calculations, it looks like it favors the Democrats more than the Republicans.
Wow, that's a big news.
It very well could be. And clearly it would have to...
Let's admit it. Wouldn't it be amazing to have a woman in the White House?
Yeah.
We have to have the right woman.
I've wanted a woman ever since I was a little kid to be in the White House. I think it's very important and
I
valuable.
think times are so scary right now. We need the right person. I don't care if it's a woman or man. I just really...
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's not really an issue for me.
It is actually an issue for me. I would like to see a woman up there. I agree with the right woman, but there's never seems to be a right woman or a right man. I have to be honest. I mean, I don't know. That is a whole nother show because you and I feel very similarly about a lot of this. And then in some ways I feel differently. I always ride down the middle and I can look at both sides.
But the whoever gets elected is ultimately a symbol of what we as a collective need.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's the right person for right now.
Lots of so any other sweeping, we only have a minute left probably. Any other comments about worldwide? I know we talked about terrorism, and I mean, I want to end on a positive note if we can, or maybe just
Okay.
one more negative. I don't know, and then positive.
Well, I can give us the most romantic day of the year.
Okay.
So when August 27th, 2016.
God, I'm going to be moving my kid into college. How romantic is that going to be?
You're free.
You're free. Yeah. Empty nester.
Yeah. August 27, 2016.
August
No,
27th.
no empty nester. I've got 3 of them. So, okay, August 27th.
August 27th. Yeah, yeah.
So a good day for romance.
Yes, actually, when Jupiter enters Libra, lots of relationship, activity, lots of new beginnings, lots of partnerships, lots of coming together if you've had struggle in your relationships. So once we get into September, October, November, we're going to close out the year kind of moving into lots of passion, lots of connection as we move into
I got to
winter.
meet with you personally. I'm a very passionate person all the time, even with work, men, women, tables.
You're trying to talk.
People are. I think that's a great sign because I feel like people are going to want to be nesting in their own homes and their own entertainment, stations, whatever they call it. They're Netflix and smart TVs and stuff. And I feel like that's really a lovely way to be, where people will be more grounded in a unit, in their own environment, in their own neighborhoods, in their own homes, and bond together.
That's a great point. Instead of always running out to find something to entertain you, stay home and hang out with the people you love. Great point. Thank you so much for being on with us, Shar and Rachel.
love
Yes, thank you.
Oh, this is so great.
It's been
Oh,
great.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Wow.
And maybe, Shar, I want to get in touch with you about Palm Springs. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, we're going.
Would you want to go?
I would love to go.
I'm actually serious.
want-
If we
we're
all
gonna
kind of
road
went
trip
together,
it.
I meant
That'd
that.
be fun.
So you want to
It'd
come,
be so
Kurt?
much fun.
Bring
gotta
the
get
wife.
ready for
Don't
the
forget
new
the
baby.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. It was a really fun day.
Wonderful.
Happy New Year. Welcome.
Happy, healthy New Year.
Oh, and
Thanks
you too,
so
Shar.
much.
And welcome to yet another edition.
Rachel,
to,
thanks for coming on.
Yeah, to What's Up with Kobylt and Hayes. Thank you so much. You're so beautiful too. So thank you.
Both
for
of
being
you.
here.
Likewise.
Both of you. Beautiful.
you.
See you next week.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, kids.